Hi, I'm Tim McAdoo, Installation Specialist for J.J. Haines and Wheelward Distributors. Welcome to our installation video of the month. This month we're going to go over the topic of subfloor moisture in hardwood. Have you ever gone out to a job 3 weeks afterwards and you get the call, the hardwood floor is cupped? Or you get out to the job site, you check the subfloor for moisture and it's very high. What do? Well, that's where J.J. Haines and Wheelers can come in and help you. But first of all, let's go over moisture testing. If I got a concrete slab, I'm going to have a couple different options here. But before you do that, check with the manufacturer. See what specific tests they want you to run for that subfloor and what are the maximum results you can have. On a concrete slab, I've got a couple different options. Number one is going to be the calcium chloride test, where a pre-measured vial of calcium chloride is set on the slab and then covered up. Must run 60 to 72 hours. Taken off, measured, and a formulation done. Another test is the Tramex Concrete Moisture Encounter. Turn it on, put it on the slab, and I get a reading. The third and final test is where I actually bore down into the slab, put a sensor into the slab, and get an internal reading of the slab, which measures relative humidity. This is starting to come on very strong, but it's not a recommendation by all manufacturers right now. If I've got a wooden subfloor, I'm going to want to use a pin meter. I'm going to check the subfloor, and I'm also going to check the hardwood itself. So what is high moisture? Let's start with concrete first. If I'm running the calcium chloride test, anything over 3 pounds is considered a high. If I'm using the Tramex Concrete Moisture Encounter, anything over 4.5 is considered high moisture. And if I'm using the relative humidity probe, anything over 75% is considered a wet slab. On a wooden subfloor, generally it can be 12%, some are 13%, some even go as high as 14%. But check with the manufacturer to see what their limitations are and what the hardwood should be also. So let's start. If I have a concrete slab and I've got a wet slab, what do? We're going to break it down into 4 categories first. 3/4 inch solid, 5/16 inch solid, engineered, and bamboo, stranded, vertical, horizontal bamboo. Let's start with 3/4 solid first. Most manufacturers of 3/4 inch solid hardwood recommend the use of a 15-pound builder felt underneath on a nail down application. We have even a better product. We have Aquabar B, which reduces the amount of moisture that can be transmitted up through the subfloor, which is going to help eliminate hardwood cupping. On a 5/16 product, 5/16 hardwood is a nail down or glue down application. If I'm going to nail it down, I want to use a 6mm poly on top of that wooden subfloor. Got to use it, overlap it, see what the recommendations by the manufacturer are, how far to overlap it. If I'm doing a glue down application, we now have a bunch of adhesives which are called all-in-one adhesives. They are an adhesive, they are a crack suppressant, they are a moisture reduction, and some even have sound reduction built into them, all in one. We have the Anderson Insurance XXX options. We've got the Ultra Set Single Step by Bostic. We've got the DryTac 1001 all-in-one adhesive. And the Echo 995. These are great adhesives for the 5/16 solid. What these adhesives do, they're troweled on, they flow out, they create a membrane, and it's very flexible. This stops or reduces the amount of moisture coming up through the slab and brings it down to an acceptable level. You can use that on 5/16 solid. You can use that on engineered flooring as a glue down application as well. Also, with engineered wood, Aquabar B is also. On a wooden subfloor, Aquabar B is a great product. Again, new construction, or you have any thoughts of a damp basement, put Aquabar B down. It's going to reduce the amount of moisture transmission up through the subfloor. Bamboos, very sensitive to moisture. On a nail down application, it is required to use a 6 mil poly underneath them. Very good way to reduce the amount of moisture coming up through the subfloor. On a glue down application, I've got even more. I can use the all-in-one adhesives as we go, or we have 2-component systems as well. We have the Sika Bond Primer MB, which is an epoxy coating, goes on the subfloor, dries, and then you put the Sika T55 on top. Armstrong also has one, their S135 Vaporest, which is very good as well. Say I have an engineered floor, I want to float, and I've got really high moisture. And I'm not confident the 2-in-1 underlayment, sound and moisture barrier, is going to be enough to suppress the moisture. What do? I could use either one of these two products, Sika Primer MB or the Armstrong Vaporest. Underneath that, let it dry, come back, put my 2-in-1 underlayment down, and then install the wood. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions on this video, please feel free to contact us. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you.